Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time is going to be on The Nun II. Just like the title suggests, it's the sequel to the not so well received The Nun. And in this film, we follow nuns that aren't possessed, who are running a home for girls. And from there, Valak returns and seeking to possess another body of a holy one. From there, we got ourselves another one of these Conjuring Universe movie things. But no matter what, good or bad, I'm always going to support them. I supported them ever since the first Conjuring movie came out, just for the fact that that was the first R-rated movie I ever saw in the theater, and I have kind of a nostalgic vibe for it. Like in the next 10 years, it'll be a very nostalgic film for me, so it doesn't matter. Now, when it comes to the first Nun film, I think it's pretty mediocre. Like, I was really looking forward to that film. I was hoping that would be, like, the next great installment in the Conjuring universe, though it was pretty much just a big letdown. I didn't hate everything about that movie. I thought it had good performances, but it was just, I don't know. I kind of forgot what even happened in that film, so it really didn't make a whole lot of sense that it would get a sequel. Then again, the first Annabelle, I think, is the worst out of all of them, but the sequels to that film are way better than that. And I feel the same with this. I think this is better than that film. Not by a whole lot, but I feel like they actually did put some more effort into this one. Like, for one thing, I didn't feel that the movie dragged on way too much. Most films in this universe tend to be at least around that mark. But the movie really didn't feel like it went on way too long. I thought the opening act was pretty strong, actually. And there's this character that does tend to have a very strong relationship with one of the girls in the movie, though I was thinking to myself, something is bound to happen to that guy, I guarantee it. So yeah, often the movie can definitely be predictable, especially when it comes to its jump scares, because that's one thing that these movies are best known for, is for just throwing a bunch of jump scares in your face. The first Conjuring movie, the first two at least, definitely didn't shy away from the jump scares, but I feel like it was a lot more than that. It had characters I cared about, and in this film, some of the characters I actually did like a little bit, not all of them, but it did try its best to make me do like some of them, and I did like some. Not all of them, but I feel like the direction that they took here. This is from the director of The Conjuring 3 and La Llorona, which was also pretty mediocre, but I feel like the director is definitely improving a little bit. I like this just about as much as the third Conjuring film, and it's just, it doesn't really do anything new or special to the universe. It's just like, well, despite the fact that The Nun did make money, we're making another film, but effort definitely was put into this film, as I do feel like while the jump scares didn't always work, there were some scares that were quite effective. Not like, oh my god, I'm going to have nightmares from that. But, you know, if people come to expect a lot of jump scares, and if they do tend to be affected by them, then I feel like that's all they're really going to get here. And this is a good film to watch for, like, horror movie nights. Like, you can just grab your friends over and just have a fun time of just a bunch of jump scares. And there is quite a bit of bloody imagery here and there. And it's not, like, thrown into your face, which is something that I do appreciate about these movies, as some films do contain bloody imagery, but it's not always, like, in your face, as it's R-rated mostly in terms of the terror that it brings to the screen. In the end, guys, The Nun II, there really isn't a whole lot to say. It's a sequel that mostly does improve upon its predecessor, though it tends to be predictable and still doesn't have a whole lot in terms of creative jump scares, but I feel like its atmosphere is definitely creepy enough, and I did see myself caring about some of the characters, and the movie I feel like was a bit more well-paced than the first film, as I feel like there was more happening in this film than that film, but still, it's not horror film of the year by any means, but it's a sequel that does manage to improve upon its predecessor, just like the sequels to the first Annabelle. I'll gladly take this over the Meg 2 any day, because this is a roller coaster ride of fun compared to that, but yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.